Today we're going to talk about a very interesting topic. What is the ideal follower? How can you, as the follower, understand this concept and work on details in your dance that will make you even more special to the leaders you dance with? And leaders, pay attention to these points so you can also enjoy that ideal partner we'll discuss in today's video. Stay with me until the end to better understand this subject. Talking about an ideal follower is a bit complex. Why? Because different leaders have different tastes. But I'm going to try to break down the concept so that you, the leader, can evaluate your own ideas, and you, the follower, can reflect on what you think about the leaders you dance with. First, I'll describe the types of leaders so you can understand each one's idea of an ideal partner and decide which type of ideal follower you want to be. Let's start with the leader who loves to command. Ladies, this type represents the majority. The leader who loves to command wants a very obedient follower. The ideal follower for this type is someone who does absolutely nothing he hasn't asked for, never steals a moment he hasn't given, and doesn't stray from the script he has in mind for you. So, for this leader, you're perfect if you're completely submissive. Yes, that's the reality. I'm sorry for being so frank, but for the leader who likes to command, the best partner is the most submissive woman imaginable. Usually, this leader won't give you much time. He probably won't wait for you to use your technique because he already has his entire plan in mind, what he wants to do and how he wants to do it, and you're basically just an object in his hands. I'll probably make some enemies with this video. He'll simply say things like, "You didn't follow me. You didn't obey. Why did you do that? I didn't ask for that." Why? Because you're committing the crime of doing something outside his expectation. Therefore, the ideal follower for this leader is one who's absolutely submissive. Unfortunately, this represents about 50% of men. The other types are split among the remaining 50%, and you probably recognize this. Some leader has likely said something along those lines to you. Yes, many of these guys do dance very well, but you have to be willing to become that submissive partner. If you want, it can be worth dancing with them, because you'll have an incredible experience. He already has everything so meticulously planned that the dance can be amazing. So, it can be interesting to dance with that kind of leader. Let's move on. Before I continue, let me quickly mention my course. I have one course available on Hotmart, and the link is in the video description and the pinned comment. It's called Tango Conectado, and it features exercises to develop your connection to the floor, which is fundamental for tango. You can do it alone, whether you're a man or a woman, and the price is surprisingly affordable. Click and check it out. Continuing with the topic. The next type of leader also has an ideal follower, but differs slightly from the first. He proposes the dance but also gives the follower some room for expression. He allows you to dance in the sense that he waits for you to respond to his lead. Notice how this implies something a bit unusual. Apologies, but I have over 30 years of tango experience and know things people don't usually talk about. The dance with this leader might not be so magnificent because if he's giving you time and waiting for your responses, he might not have everything fully planned out. His dance partly depends on you. If you want an astonishing experience, this might not be your dream partner. However, he does respect you, waits for you, and allows you to be yourself. It's a subtler, possibly deeper experience because it might not be as spectacular as dancing with the first type, but it can be more personal and aligned with who you are. What is the ideal type of follower for this leader? Someone who has a certain initiative, not to move before him, but to know how to carry out his proposals once he makes them. This requires technical, expressive, and musical development. Why? Because unlike the first leader who practically carries you around and dictates everything, here you need more autonomy. You must have more tango content, technique, expression, and musicality. That's the ideal follower for the second type of leader, who gives some space. If you have that sensitivity and want to truly exist in the dance, this leader is much more interesting than the first because he'll give you time for that. you'll see that he's respectful of you. The dance might not be extraordinary, but it's very engaging, especially if you have a good tango foundation to play with the weights he provides. If you don't yet have the technical knowledge or expressive capacity, and this has to be developed in lessons, keep in mind that this style of tango isn't learned just by dancing socially. A good teacher won't just dance with you. They'll have you do specific exercises because advanced tango isn't learned simply by being carried around the dance floor. The teacher might dance with you occasionally to see whether the exercises are working, but 90% of the lesson will be exercises. So if you've internalized tango, this second experience becomes more interesting. The first experience is more suited to someone who doesn't have much tango to exchange. Occasionally, a follower with a lot of tango training will dance with that first leader. And it's a strange situation. He asks, "Why did you do that?" And she answers, "Because I felt like it." But that doesn't match his style, you see. It's about knowing the kind of partner you're dancing with. If you choose to dance with the first leader, then just obey. With the second leader, you'll never hear, "Why did you do that?" Because he's waiting for you to do something. But you must be prepared. Study tango. Develop your technique. Now let's talk about the third type of leader, who is rarer. Maybe 5% of leaders, or even fewer, fall into this category. He'll allow you even more space, wanting you to exist in the dance in a more expressive and exuberant way. He'll wait for you a great deal, and he'll offer simpler proposals. He won't lead enrosques, giros, saccadas, etc. Why? Because he wants you to be fully present in each movement, reaching your axis, feeling the floor, developing your expressiveness and musicality. Thus, he gives you a lot of time. What kind of follower is ideal for this leader? One who has a lot of tango embedded, who studied extensively. The ideal follower for this leader has strong technical ability, expressive capacity, and advanced musicality. If she were to dance with the first leader, she'd likely stop, feeling disrespected in what she can bring to the dance. Therefore, the ideal follower for this third leader is someone highly developed. Finally, there's the fourth leader at the end of the line. He creates an almost symbiotic dynamic with you, where you don't even know who's really leading or following. It's a technical, musical, and expressive dialogue between you both. The ideal follower for him has a great deal of technique, because she'll need it, and a powerful capacity for expression, more than the previous type. She must be tango because that's what this leader expects. She needs loads of tango within her, which takes a lot of study, not only technique, but how to use it to develop musicality and expression. Technique alone is just the base. Above that lies expression, musicality, your individuality, and the ability to turn feelings into dance. This is the last leader in the lineup, and he's likely someone who embodies all this. People used to say the same about Gavito. You know, Carlos Gavito was one such leader, and he also knew how to perform on stage. If you don't know him, look up Carlos Gavito on YouTube. There's a story that dancing with Gavito was very easy because he supposedly did only 2 moves in an entire song. It's folklore surrounding him. Likely, this kind of leader does very few moves, but loads each one with immense significance and tango energy. The ideal follower for this leader, as you might guess, is the one who has tons of tango inside her. Why? Because she studied a lot, practiced a lot, went to many milongas, and experienced different types of leaders. She's the perfect match for the last kind of leader. So, we've described 4 kinds of leaders and 4 ideal types of followers. Think about this and draw your own conclusions. This video aims to spark reflection because that will affect your dancing more than anything else. It's not about refusing to dance with one or another. Dance with everyone, but remember that the more tango you have inside you, the better you'll connect with the leader who's at the final tier. And for the first type, frankly, you don't even need to dance tango. He'll just carry you, right? Thanks for listening. I apologize if any of my remarks have offended anyone. Please subscribe to my channel, share this video with others, and comment here on YouTube, because your comments and likes help this video reach more people. Thank you very much.